What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay, and to my left is,
Your boy Richie Richie's in the building.
and on the screen, you know what I mean. He not in the house, but he's with us. We got Mister. Oh my gosh, Scott. He missed the intro. And to the right, we have our special guest, Miss
Teresa.
Theresa, and we have Dwayne. We going to say hello and welcome to the Grown Man Click podcast. How y'all doing tonight out there in the lands of the internets? We are coming straight at you. You know how we do. We start every show with a toast. So if you got something to raise, you need to grab your glass, grab your drink, grab whatever that makes you think or stink and say cheers to the Grown Man Click and a good
Cheers.
show. Cheers. So we're going to go around the room as we always do. And of course, we're going to get our guests the first thing. So we always start with what was your weekend like? Because we always right after the weekend. So Dwayne, what you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? We had a very eventful weekend. We had training, of course. We
Yeah.
had our Saturday and Sunday class for wear and carry. Then we had a company event. Me and the wife got to go out and be with all our other business partners, and then I had a beer pong tournament that we do every 2 weeks. So that was
Ooh.
real fun. I lost, but I had fun.
Yeah, that's always it. So Teresa, what you do this weekend?
A little bit of real estate. Flew to Atlanta to get my hair done. Came
Mm-hmm.
back same day.
She
Fancy.
fancy.
Also wearing carry class. Went to a church event
Praise the
on
Lord.
Friday night. Yep.
I'm not joking. I mean it.
Yeah, I went to a nice banquet. It was a nice church anniversary banquet.
Cool.
Mhm.
Richie Rich, what you do this weekend?
Man, I ain't trying to sound like a broken record, but I was with the lady all weekend. So
You starting to sound like a broken
I
record.
know, I
Miranda
know.
must be treating you right because
She's
she
treating
always.
me
Good
best,
Lord,
man. Like,
jeez.
y'all see this smile? Hey.
At least the
I
teeth
got
ain't
one.
yellow.
I got one. Trust me, I got one. Listen. That's my baby. That's my baby.
So we gonna go. Of course, we gonna go to Mr. Scott T because we know he's still in his weekend. What did
Uh,
you do this weekend? And tell everybody where you're at right now.
we can't hear
You
you,
are
brother.
muted, but
He
you
ain't
might
muted.
have to. Oh no, you might have to go out and come back in. We can't hear you or your earbuds. Is it the earbud thing? We can't hear you at all, bruh. Okay, so we gonna go to Grizz, my boy, sophisticated Grizzly grown man. Click podcast with a sophisticated Grizzly podcast every Wednesday. What did you do this weekend?
Well, of course, I was in the kitchen baking like I always am
Yeah,
every weekend. And then, of course, I went out and bought a couple more fragrances and I filmed another one of the Teddy Files telling people about the best fragrances to get for the wintertime.
yeah. 10 best fragrances for the wintertime. That was a dope. If you did not check out the Teddy Files on the 10 best winter fragrances for men, you need to check it out because we do the fragrances. We got Tony Chappelle in the house. What's up, bruh? If you want to go live, I could give you the link so you could join us on screen. But if you just want to stay right at, you good, man. You good. Um, but anyway, can we hear you, Scott? No, we still can't hear you.
Scott, turn your volume up.
Turn your volume up. As loud as you normally talk, you the loudest grown man out of us all.
I know.
He sound like he
Okay,
talking
can you
like
hear me?
now
There
we
you
can hear
go.
you. What the hell are
All
you
right.
doing and where are you and what did you do this weekend?
I'm doing grown man shit. This is my brother Eric.
Talk.
I'm in Dallas. Uh, turning up. You know what we do. Camera in hand. Beautiful women since Thursday. Hey, look. You know what? I'm tired as hell. That's what I'm doing.
All right. And of course I'm gonna pull in last. Basically I'm doing the mogul shit. This weekend, it was all about the business. I was here every day. We had like 3 events that were going on. We actually christened the new location, which nobody has seen yet because it's not ready. But we did a sip and paint in the new location. As you know, the
Yeah,
Grown
yeah.
Man Click upstairs part one is right here. So we had a birthday event in here. That's why we got the fancy balloons in the back,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I actually spent a little bit of time with the wifey. She in the peanut gallery in the back. The peanut gallery is actually in the view of everybody now. We got tables behind us so the peanut gallery can actually sit there and be a part. They could give us the big thing finger or the thumbs up, whatever they want. And what else did I do? I slept a little bit. I actually slept 7 hours straight, which is a record for me, which is
What?
good. Yeah,
How many
I
years has
actually
that
slept
been?
7 hours.
I don't believe him.
That is
I don't
shit.
believe him.
Wait a minute, peanut gallery.
I don't believe him.
Didn't I sleep for 7 hours? Oh, she gonna be quiet about it. Oh,
Of course.
she know I slept for 7 hours,
Man, look,
but
the
she
moment
was
you put
even
on the
If
surprised.
that's true, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of
yeah. That because everybody knows my motto is sleep when I die. What you say?
That's right.
Okay,
There we go. There
I'm
we
done.
go.
Come on,
Confirmation.
let's clap it up for Jay.
So
God
anyway,
damn.
so that's where we're going. So now we're gonna move to the section that I like, and it's called flowers or powder. So flowers or powder is this. If you got somebody who treated you right, did something good, did something that you love, gave you that extra little oomph to get you through your day, you're going to give them their flowers. But if you got that one, cutting on the left, that little man, and that dude that was at the bar who said one too many words to you,
They already sipping.
anybody, you got to give them the powder. The powder means you going to put the powder on your hand and slap the shit out of them. So I'm gonna go around the room once again, and we're gonna start. I want to go with Scott this time first because he's in a different country. I'm sorry, I know you're in Texas, but that's in a different country. But
You know what? Yeah, Texas is a different country.
this
For
is a
real.
different country.
Hey, look,
Who gets the flowers or who gets the powder?
flowers go out to all the ladies of Model House down south. They hosted this event this weekend. Uh, Pay Elite, Jerry, Rolly, Kyla, who's the host, and the powder goes to every single person with or without a driver's license behind a motor vehicle in the state of Texas because these motherfuckers insane. You think
Yeah, they
DC
do
is
not get
insane?
licenses in
You
Texas.
think DC is insane? You think Atlanta is insane? You think LA is insane? No, these motherfuckers down here are insane. I'm I'm talking 5 lanes of traffic in 30 feet with no problem and
Right.
no signals and no nothing in the rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Texas.
Nah, man. Nah.
Damn.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
go to Grizz. Who gets the flowers? Who gets the powder? Or one or the other. You don't have to give them two. You can do either the powder or either the flower.
Well, you already know. You know, Miss Grizzly gets the flowers. You know, she
Yeah.
always gets the flowers, bro. So that's always gonna be top of the line right there. You got to give the flowers to Baby Grizz. But
Yeah.
the powder. Uh, I would say anybody that tries to stop you from being on your grind because they on some hating shit, they get that powder.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna move over here to the right because she's not expecting it because she didn't watch the podcast. I told her to watch it so she know what was coming up. Who gets a flower or a powder from you? You can do either one, or if you want to do both. If somebody pissed you off so much you want to slap them, or somebody made you feel so good, because whoever laid your hair this weekend definitely deserves a flower. You look great right here. One, we respect grown man women. When you're a grown woman and you come looking like a grown woman, we gonna respect you. So you look like a grown woman. You're looking good. Nothing's out of place. You got the lace and it's looking good in place. We doing that.
Y'all know we
But
keep some beautiful ladies on the grown man.
yeah, we do.
Pod.
We
Plus,
keep the beautiful ladies.
Yeah,
Look at
with
the
it.
peanut
hey,
gallery. Peanut gallery,
hey,
beautiful.
plus,
Just
plus,
beautiful.
plus
Yeah,
she
with it.
flew,
We
she
got
flew in and
this.
flew out.
Yeah, flued in, flued out, got the head done. What it's about. That's what we do.
Hey,
But
anybody who
anybody,
can jet set to go get laid, as in quaff, and roll back out, yeah,
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 that's grown
you
woman
part of the
shit.
clique.
yeah.
She part of the GMC, but we gonna put a W somewhere in there because she's definitely a woman. But give me the flowers or a powder or
So
both.
my flowers is gonna go to my team, my staff. I can't do, any of the businesses without them. They're absolutely amazing, holding me down in everything that I do. So definitely giving the flowers to my team today.
Anybody get the powder?
Just the people that call me before 12 o'clock with the
Ooh,
negative energy.
ooh.
I love it. I love it.
Or should we just give them the straight up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Don't
get
call
that.
her before noon with the bullshit.
That's what's up.
All
I like
right,
that.
D. Let's go, D. Does somebody deserve the flowers, the powder, or both?
Well, I'm gonna stay away from the powder. Try and keep negative energy out of my life.
That's a good way to be. That's a good way to be. No negative energy. I love the negatives.
For some strange reason, I'm getting flowers to my wife. She she watching right now.
Or should it be like
But she should be watching right now. She holds me down. She's an integral part of everything that I do, especially with our businesses. She's behind the scenes, but she plays a major role. And I just want to let her know I appreciate her and I love her for everything that she does.
Big John is in the house? John Cohen. You went into the visitors. Why you not up on the peanut gallery tonight, John? Okay, you can stay where you at, but we was expecting
It's
to see
probably because
you.
he probably sitting
Yeah.
home with no clothes on.
Yeah, puffing on that
Yeah.
goddamn weed
That
stick,
ain't
doing what he
that.
do.
Nah, that ain't grown man shit. We don't. Nah,
I don't
nah,
see that shit.
nah.
I don't see that shit. No.
Grown man shit
Nope.
is knowing what he doing. That's what's going
Exactly.
Acknowledgements.
Acknowledgments. So we ain't gone to you yet.
Oh man.
Rich.
Yeah.
Richie Rich.
I mean,
Flowers, powder, or what?
listen. I want to give flowers to everybody that shows genuine love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
That's the type of that's the type of space I'm on. I just want to give flowers for just having genuine love for people. Okay. Power to anybody who decide they want to create the vision. I get the powder from it
Okay.
because I'm never about the vision. Never about the vision.
I got a big, super duper, unbelievable. You won't believe what I'm about to say, but
Here we go.
I got powder tonight. I never give powder too often. Powder is something that's rare for me, but I gotta get.
We're
So
talking about baby powder, not cocaine.
no, this is straight powder, baby powder, bruh.
What's up?
It's up.
Story time.
Story
Story
time.
time. Oh Lord. Jr.
So we got an event going on. People having their merriment, people having fun. Things are just going lovely. We just having a great time. I mean, not me personally. I'm working, but making sure everybody's taken care of. It's just a beautiful event going on. I get the tap on the shoulder. I got a little message from a little birdie in my ear. Somebody in your private stock. What?
What?
Somebody in your back room giving out your shit.
Oh
What?
damn.
What?
Oh damn. Okay.
How did this happen? Then I hear, oh, he good. He got it. He all right. He can take care of it. If he send a bill, send it to the client. What? Yeah, happened. They get the big
What?
powder. They think they want to be back here. They will never be back here again. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they
it
don't
was
need
that
no powder.
serious.
They don't need no powder.
It's
They need
like
their ass
somebody
whipped.
coming into no
Oh no,
limit
that's coming.
and going back and grabbing a phone.
Yeah, yeah. You
Done.
need a. Yeah, they
Done.
need their ass
The
whipped
only
to get that
difference is
powder.
that I ain't got I ain't got mine yet. I'm being good. I ain't got no illegal. I ain't gotten mine yet, but I'm there.
I
I got
do.
the papers in my office. I'll show you later. But I was like, I want then then you want to hear this?
Mm.
Rolling that weed up on my table in my printer room.
Mm.
Hell no.
Whoa. And I
Hell
wasn't
no.
here.
Hell no.
Mm.
I want to
Now,
partake.
everybody knows grown man don't have no problem with weed. Do what you want. It's your life. Do what you gotta do. It's your life. But when you supposed to be doing business, you are conducting business. You are working in the capacity of a business person. And I walk in and see you rolling your weed up on the prep table where you cooking people food.
Mm.
Oh no, sir.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no,
straight
sir.
power. That's straight
Yo,
power.
Jay, I'm legal and I'm straight, yo. I'll be home Wednesday. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to go any further. All I'm going to say is that
I'm not
it's
legal, but I
going to
want
be
to
a
take a ride.
cold day in hell
Yeah,
before
we know, Rich.
green on a table catering be back up in my shit. That's never going to happen
Oh, you
again.
said the name.
That's not their name.
Oh.
That
I was about to say,
that was
Yeah,
describing what they
oh
did.
shit.
That was
I was
describing what
hoping.
they
I was
did.
like, fuck, let's go to
I was gonna say, I hope
Walgreens.
that ain't their damn name. That's a
Yeah,
terrible
some
goddamn name.
good clothes too. They was fat. I was watching her. She was rolling. That was
Damn,
that, nah, bro.
I was
Yeah.
there.
That's yeah. It was pretty. It was pretty uncool.
No.
Yeah. So
And this
I was
anyway,
and this is why
like you
and this
claim
is
West
exactly
Side.
why I am the way that I am. You can't let everybody up in your house,
Right, right,
man.
right, right.
Yeah.
Folks
yeah,
don't
but
know how
the
to
house
act.
for rent, so it's a little different.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
You don't know what you got till you get it. It's
You
a
got you
hodgepodge.
got you got one time to break the rules and then see it.
That's right. See, you won't be you. So
Yeah.
that's how it is. But guess what? This is where we're going from here. We have a special guest in the house, and I didn't bring them in here just so that I could pontificate on my Mount Everest of the weekend. I
Bro, we
brought
gonna
them
get
in
one of
so
those
that we could give
balls.
y'all some knowledge. It's like women on this podcast who need to know that there are women out there supporting them and want them to not be afraid of guns, want them
Right.
to know that they can carry it like a beautiful woman and run multiple platforms of businesses. Make sure that they know that they are out there doing what they need to do to make that money with their crew. You heard her. Her her flowers was to her crew because it takes a
Right.
crew to do what she do, and I know that
Yep.
for real. I've seen her work. I
And you
just
ain't gotta look like Madea to do it.
no, you do not. You do
You ain't
not
Wow.
gotta look
have to
like.
look like you couldn't grits like Aunt Jemima
Ooh,
Wow.
come
to
on.
be a mogul. A mogul
Yes.
should not look like a mongrel.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I know you want this one for that one, don't you?
mm.
damn.
Or do you
Damn.
want to lie?
Come
Because a
on.
mogul don't need to look like a mongrel. You need to look like the part. You know what somebody always taught me? You need to practice like you play. So if you
Mm.
practice like you
Mm-hmm.
play, you gotta look like you slay,
Mm.
Come on, man.
Mm.
Mm.
right?
Right.
Mm.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna leave the floor open for a minute for you to tell me, Teresa, what do you do?
Let's eat it.
Let's
All
get it.
right. Well, owner of No Limit Communications on Greenmount Avenue
Mhm.
that I've had for 23 years now. Also, a licensed realtor with United Real Estate Executives. So if you are looking to buy or sell, hit me up.
Yep.
I'm also a licensed firearm instructor, which is partner here with Dwayne Elmore with Tactical Force Training Solutions. Pretty much taught me everything that I know.
She deadly on a shot. Don't play with
And
her.
I
Mm.
am a financial specialist working on helping people with life insurance and investments.
You see what
Okay.
I'm saying?
She doing it.
You don't
Mad
have to look like
diversification.
a
I
uncle
like
to
that.
be a mogul. See, she's doing it on multiple levels, multiple streams of platform of money coming in. That's what we need. And the whole
Right.
idea is that my main thing was the tactical force
Mhm,
and the gun HQLs,
mhm,
wear and carries,
mhm.
because a lot of people don't realize that it's a lot easier to get those things than they think. And
It,
why would they need them? And I mean, like, if I told Scott that his bag that he carries with his cameras is worth $7,000.
Mhm. Yeah, well, he goes into that all the time. But let me just start by saying the reason why I got my firearms license to begin with and then became an instructor is because I was actually in my store, what was it, like 2 years ago, maybe
Hmm.
about 2 years ago. And some young kid came in and he's like, you know what time it is? Kick it out. And I'm like, kick what out? So
mm,
it's like 9:30 in the morning. My store opens at 9 o'clock. I'm
It's
never
time for me to fix your phone. What are you talking about?
Right. I'm never usually in the store by myself. However, I was in there that morning by myself. And he's like, kick it out. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, give me the phones, give me all the phones. He said, give me the money, give me the money. And I said, well, we don't have any money. I said, it's 9:30 in the morning. We haven't made any money yet. It's no money in the
Right.
cash box.
Well,
So
you
he's
know
like,
what he was on.
right. So he's like, well,
you're
give me the
right.
phones, give me the phones then. So I
You know
mean,
you can't activate these bitches, but
so they're empty boxes. We don't have anything live right there. So
Mhm.
everything is, so I'm getting the empty boxes for him. He was like, put them in a bag, put them in a bag. And he was like, well, give me the money from your purse. So he didn't say give me the purse. He wants the money from the purse. I don't know what I was on, but I'm like going in my purse, counting out money.
Wow.
So
Wow.
crazy. I know. I don't know what kind of mindset I was in, but I did not own a firearm. I was extremely scared, halfway
Yeah,
tinkled on
right.
myself. I mean, I really was
Yeah, but
afraid,
yeah,
but
Right.
I was
he
Right.
had a
counting out
gun.
the money. Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
gun.
Right.
And so I
Right.
put everything in the bag on the counter, but he didn't even get anything. So to God be the glory for that.
Right.
Come and
Because
tie up my bow
Amen.
tie.
one of my employees was
Amen.
coming in. I don't know if he recognized her or not, but he just turned around and walked out the door. Didn't take anything, none of my money, none of the boxes, nothing. So I'm super, super duper grateful. But we got it all on camera as well.
What's
Right.
up, man? Yo, what's up? Oh my gosh, my niecey's watching. What's up, Nichelle? How you doing tonight? But the whole idea is that, you know, that well, it's two sides to that coin.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because you could have reached in your purse. Because if it was today,
If it was today.
Right.
oh my goodness.
Mm,
Whether his intentions were to leave with all your shit or to do some harm, the difference is what you know today changes the whole outcome of what it would have been like 2 years ago.
Right.
absolutely. And I never want to be put in that vulnerable situation again. I was extremely vulnerable at that time. I mean, I'm not saying that I feel like, She-Ra or nothing, but I definitely
It gives
feel
you options.
empowered. Absolutely.
That's the difference. And that's why I wanted you to come on because a lot of women fear guns
Hmm.
because it's a thing where they don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know.
Hmm.
And if you don't learn and you don't grow, you have to understand that you're going to be prime for somebody to take advantage of you.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And the only way is to get ahead of the game. If he got a gun or if she got a gun, I need to know what I can do to protect myself in that situation, which is to get a gun.
Right.
But
Right.
not to get a gun to do anything specific, but to be ready if you need to.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
Hey,
So,
one of the
Jr.
things,
Jr.
yeah.
I'm I'm glad not to cut in, but I'm glad you mentioned that last thing because the one question that I have from my training in the military and is how would you, knowing what you know now, handle that situation with a firearm, knowing full well that we are all trained basically if you gonna draw, you gonna pull and your intention is not to cause harm, but to protect yourself and your property.
Absolutely. So I probably would handle the situation the same way, but my feeling would be different because I wouldn't be in fear of my life. You understand what I'm saying? He had the firearm out asking
Right,
me
right.
for the items, but he didn't have it to my head. So I know that if he got crazy or something and I was like in fear of my life, I had the option. I have an option. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Yep.
feel like I would feel different about it. I probably wouldn't tinkled a little bit on myself. I wouldn't have been that scared,
Right.
and if given an opportunity, if he became a serious threat, then I would be able to stop and eliminate the threat.
Well, you know the
Did you
Gotcha.
Bible
hear that? That's
says,
sexy. She said, "I will stop and
look,
eliminate the threat."
look,
Ooh,
the Bible
that's
says,
sexy.
the Bible says, God helps those who help themselves, and you are definitely helping yourself.
Right.
Okay, I'm
But this
spiritual.
is the difference: is that when he allowed you to go in your purse, that
Yeah,
would be a big mistake right now.
He definitely allowed me to. I just think it was like a little kid that just didn't know and maybe needed some extra money. Definitely was a young guy. He definitely allowed me to go into my purse. Yeah, he just I was freely
Right, but
moving
the way you
about.
look at it now is totally different
It's
because it'd be
completely
like,
different.
bruh, if you let me go in my purse
hmm
then and you let me go in my purse now,
hmm I would still have to think about it because we're not gonna pull it unless we're gonna use it. So do I really think that
mm,
he's going to shoot me, and do I really want to shoot someone's kid, son, brother,
right,
cousin?
right.
So I
and
would
that's the
have to
big
think
And
thing
that's
about
right
the
it.
there.
thing. And
That's
this
the
is the
big thing right
problem.
there.
A lot of times, you being nice gets you hurt.
hmm Yeah.
Right.
So you
Right.
thinking he won't do it, you will give them everything, and they'll turn around once they get to the door and
And still,
still
yeah.
shoot you.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Say that. Say that again. You being what? Get you hurt?
Nice.
Hmm. Interesting.
You
So
thinking because you thinking, oh, I the threat is gone, and then they'll
Yeah.
turn around and you're not you thinking that the threat is gone. I mean,
Right.
there are plenty of instances where we've seen, even on video, even in traffic stops, everything. You think the threat
Yeah.
is gone,
right,
and it
Right.
represents itself because you allowed it.
right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So this
Right.
is my partner, Dwayne, with Tactical Force Training Solutions. Taught me absolutely everything I know. I called him up and I was like, Dwayne, I told him what happened. He was like, oh no, we gotta take care of you. We gotta get everything together. And not only that, we should also be teaching and educating other women. Let's do a movement. So everything was completely his idea as
Right.
far as the movement and the guns and pearls and everything like that. So I'm gonna give him
Yeah,
opportunity
because
to
Don't
tell me
the
how he
guns
don't
and
feel
pearls,
about the
the
don't
guns and
situation.
pearls. I love that event. When I covered that event
hmm
with my photography, and I mean just the fact that it's saying that it's okay to be a lady, it's okay to be yourself. You can be beautiful, but you got to be protected,
absolutely.
and you don't need a man to protect you. Grown women can protect themselves because you remember it was one guy getting a little huffy at that event, and I was like, do he realize where he at? It's like they giving out tactical force, gun training solutions, t-shirts, and this guy going to get huffy. I'm like, they took him to the parking lot. He was like, "Don't let me go to
Yes,
my trunk."
that's
What are you gonna do? They wearing their
We ain't
shit.
gotta go to the truck.
It's like you ain't gonna make it to your truck, son.
didn't get to the trunk.
Gonna be Swiss cheese. Oh, Mike, what's up? My nephew's on here. What's up, Mike? How you doing? But that's the whole idea. It's a lot different when you're protected and and
Mhm.
that's where we go to
No.
tactical force. So
Yeah.
tell them what you do, Mike. Dwayne. I'm looking at my nephew's name right there.
Just don't call me late for dinner. Um,
Mm.
so I'm the owner, founder, and operator of Tactical Force Training Solution with my business partner Theresa Marable. And I don't like to take the credit. Don't give me the credit for Guns and Pearls. Out of Tactical Force, we saw the need to to reach a different demographic or kind of put out a different message, and that's where the movement of Guns and Pearls came from. All right, we saw an influx of women in the class over the last 2 years. I want to say this past weekend was the first class in a long time. It was all men.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
we seen a pattern of women
Mm.
dragging their husbands to the gun class, which is an abnormality. Um, but when I brought the idea to Theresa, she thought it was great, and we pretty much put our brains together and came up with Guns and Pearls. But what it does and the message that we're sending is empowerment, right? And through the classes, we've seen people overcome traumatic experiences.
Mhm.
We've seen people become empowered. We see confidence levels go up. I don't even want to admit this. They got me emotional. I'm not an emotional creature,
Hmm.
and it took a long time. They got me emotional at the range. What, like 2 weeks ago? And this young lady, she came in. She was full of life during the class,
Hmm.
and she never shot before, which is not rare. Women and first time shooters always tend to shoot the best. Women because y'all listen,
Yeah.
and first time
Hmm.
shooters because we don't have any bad habits that we have to break.
Right.
But she
Right.
came in, and we were pumping up, encouraging her, and she got on the range, and she couldn't hit the rear side of a barnyard
That
if it
happens.
was sitting right in front of her.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to work with her, I'm trying to encourage her, and it takes a lot to get to me. I'll be honest, I got a little frustrated.
Hmm.
And Teresa saw it, and that's where she comes in, and she came in and she started coaching, and she said, "Go take a break." And I walked out. I think I drank some soda, and I came back in, and the young lady didn't pass, and I told her, "You come back next week."
Right.
I don't know what they told her in the hallway, but Teresa came back. She said, "Can she go again?" And I was adamant. I think I had something to do, and I was like, "I'm trying to get out of here,"
Right.
but something in me said, "Give it another shot."
Hmm.
That young lady came out there, and I think she scored 100%.
She
And
did
she was
great.
shooting
Yep.
one-handed, left hand,
Mhm.
right hand.
Mm.
I said, it got me a little. It ain't dropped, but it was there. It was right there,
I love
and
that.
it did something
Because
to me.
because
I
you
love that.
eliminated the fear.
Mhm.
That's it. We
Mhm.
turned fear
Whatever you
into
said
fun.
in the hallway, whatever you told her, because I'm telling you, the one thing that makes you a better shooter is eliminating fear, knowing that what you're doing is going to protect you and your family, protect
Right.
you and your loved ones, and not care about hurting someone else. Because
Right.
if they're threatening you, then why are you caring about hurting them?
Yep.
I'm glad you said that. It's two things that it really grinds my gears in class, and especially when we're doing a class full of security guards. And one is I don't want to kill anybody. First of all, what makes you think you have that power?
Right.
Whether you believe in a higher source or not, I do. And we
Right.
don't have the power of life and death.
No.
And whatever God they believe in, Jesus, Yahweh, Buddha, Muhammad, doorknob, I hope doorknob answers prayers.
Lamp.
The second thing,
I love lamp.
lamp, they got a God of flying spaghetti monster. You heard of
Yeah.
it? Yeah, but the second thing is and this security guard told me this. She said, I don't want to shoot anybody. I said, where you
Why are
working?
you being secure?
I said, where you work
What are
at?
you gonna secure?
I said, where you
A
work at?
hug?
She said she worked at the project in Baltimore City, right? We was doing a class out in Bowie. She said, I work at the project. I said, lady, you might not have a choice.
Right. Give me a
Right.
second. A lot of people didn't know that the NRA was founded by in New York by retired Civil War veterans that taught freed slaves how to defend their land and their family.
I like that.
See,
The
Right.
NRA
people
is
don't know that.
the NRA is the oldest still standing civil rights organization.
Yeah. And
Right.
people are afraid of the NRA, but guess what? Dave Chappelle said on one of his specials, you know how to keep white people making sure that you're okay? Get an NRA pass. Get
Hmm.
your
Mhm.
NRA
Exactly.
license. Get a gun.
Exactly.
You get a
Yeah.
gun, that changes things. You get a gun legally,
Right.
that changes things. Because then they
Yeah.
like, we
Right.
gave them the power. And people don't realize they gave us all the power and they said, go get educated, learn how to shoot,
Absolutely.
get a gun. And guess what? Then there's this wonderful thing that you could do. You could say, I'm a collector. And you can get
Right.
all the
Right.
guns you want.
Right.
And they don't understand. That's the power you have from the NRA. They can be dicks about certain things because we think that eliminating certain protocols that allow guns to be sold freely is going to help it or going to hinder the people who are bad from getting guns. It won't. But guess what? It makes sure you can still get yours
Absolutely.
legally. And
Right.
that's why it's that
Exactly.
50-50 is that dichotomy that people don't realize that, hey, yeah, our NRA is bad. No, NRA is not bad. NRA protects rights. What you have
Right.
to understand is that they know. And when I say they, you know what I'm talking about. Grizzly, who is they?
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
is
that's them
they?
white. That's them white folk,
There
baby.
you go. No,
White
say it
people.
how you normally say it.
What's that?
Say how you normally say it. That's the who? Oh, white people.
Oh,
White
oh,
people.
you mean the
Yep.
white people? Them,
and,
white folk?
and y'all get mad and y'all don't understand that they are helping you to get guns and do the things that you need to do to protect yourself.
Right.
Listen more, talk
The
less.
the
Anyway,
problem
go
we
ahead.
have
Go ahead.
the problem we have with this is the problem we have with a lot of things. We let the folks who control the media control the message, and we let that message control our minds. We need to
Right.
start listening to our own messages.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And here we go, right here on the screen. The media says the NRA is a white organization to discourage blacks from joining when the NRA is actually 17% Asian American right now.
Mm,
People
mm.
don't understand that the correct rights and the rights that you need, it doesn't matter what color you are. It matters whether or not you take advantage of them.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, you thought we were just going to drink and talk about titties all night, didn't you?
What?
We never do
We
that.
never do
We
that.
never do that.
No.
Drink and talk about titties.
Who does that? We
Who
really
does
get in. We go
that?
deep.
Bring me back for that one.
We
Shit.
really go deep because we understand. Like we do our homework. We make sure that when we bring guests on, we make sure they know that we understand what they're trying to put out there for other people to understand.
Mhm.
Because I want my wife to take your gun class. I don't want her to go anywhere else.
Right.
I want her to know how to handle herself in an event. I'm over here 90% of the time right now. I'm doing what I can for my family to make my family better, and she's at that house.
Mhm.
If she a creak on the bottom step and she know that I'm over here, she need to know how to make sure she takes care of herself the right way.
Mhm.
She may learn it from you, but the things that you're gonna say and the things that you're gonna tell her
Mhm.
is gonna be the difference between her saying, "I'm not going to go to the lockbox. That's the last thing I want to do." To her going, "That's the code. I'm ready. Let them come
Mhm.
through that door.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pretend I'm like I'm asleep."
So here's my question.
Right?
Here's my question about the training and
Mhm.
everything. Right? Are we teaching just like shooting and protecting yourself, or we teaching like tricks, like
What type of
how to
trick?
freeze in the air?
That's
What?
And hold
advanced training.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
advanced
yeah,
training.
yeah.
You got to come
like
back.
that's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's the advanced training we do. And starting up in January, we're dropping 4 new classes starting in
Okay.
January, and we're bringing back the youth shooting class. We've been taking polls, and we haven't had any negative reviews on our youth shooting program, so we're bringing that back next year as
What
well.
y'all think about that?
I
Well,
Before
love
we
it.
go in,
well,
what y'all think about
Love
the
it.
youth?
that's not a problem because the first guns I ever shot was when I was with the POW program. You remember
Oh
the
yeah,
Police
oh yeah,
Athletic League
oh
back
yeah.
in the day?
The first gun I ever shot, I was in my youth.
No,
Um,
that's different. That's different. You was out in them streets doing shit you
I was
shouldn't have
not.
been doing.
Don't listen to that.
Yeah.
I was a good
I
boy.
was.
Somebody put
Yeah. The comments are the comments are off the hook.
Hey,
We have a good.
my son should be watching this. He's 14 now, and we're
No,
going
he
out.
shouldn't be watching.
No, he
this
shouldn't be.
particular-
He shouldn't be. And my kids, if y'all still up on it, thank y'all for watching, Daddy.
I support
Um,
LGBT liquor, guns, bacon, and titties.
and titty, I like that.
You killed me with the bacon, but all right.
Yeah, some of us
Wow.
don't eat bacon, yeah. So I eat bacon.
Mm.
But no, going back
You
to the
want some
youth
bacon?
though,
I
I
can
eat
right?
cook
turkey
some
bacon.
bacon for you.
Turkey
Oh,
bacon.
okay.
Like turkey bacon is my
Just
shit.
making sure. I love bacon.
going back to
That's
the
not
intro, like
bacon, damn it.
how you are with
So we actually modeled the youth training program after my son, Dwayne Jr. If you're still watching after this, cut it off because they took it off. But he actually started when he was about 10,
Nine.
9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
okay.
And then
That's about the
so
time that I actually held the weapon for the first time, and the last time that I held the weapon after 9 was about 20, because that's when I proposed to this young lady,
when you
and I
needed a
got
gun, then yeah.
rid of my illegal because it was totally illegal. It was, yeah, I don't care. They can't do nothing about it. I didn't do
Right.
nothing with it. No statute of limitations for doing nothing with a gun.
Oh, well, okay.
But then the next time I did was when I went for my HQL.
Okay, cool. So what we and how we mounted at him, he actually before I put a gun in his hand, he had to read the same books that I had to read to become an instructor,
Right.
right? And then he had to name every single part of the gun,
Yep.
and he did it. And if you go and see some of the videos, like he does everything himself, and he don't shoot no 22.
Right.
Back then,
His,
he was shooting nine
his son was
millimeters,
like,
40
"You get paid
caliber.
for this? I
As
know this from the."
yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
My daughter Tyler, she might be on too. You go to bed after this. Um, she
I'm sending them to bed. If they up, they up. It's
they
only what 8:48. God dang, it's not
got
even
school
9 o'clock.
tomorrow. But she's another one. She's sitting in class, and she when she's at over for the weekend, she comes to class, and I got to tell her to go to back. She's answering all the questions.
Oh yeah,
She can stand up
Tyler.
there and teach the class. She's 10 now.
Yeah.
She can stand up there and teach
Mm.
the class.
They thought that when I took my class, my HQL Tech class, they thought that I was actually a ringer. They thought that I was someone that they sent in to make sure he was teaching everything. Because the one thing that I do is if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to be prepared for it.
Mhm.
So I've read and I learned and I
That's good.
studied and I was ready so that when they gave me that test at the end of the test, I already knew the answers because I took the test before I even walked in the room. And even the instructor was like, "Are you sure you ain't here to make sure you monitoring me?" I'm
Wow.
like, "If I was, I couldn't tell you, but I'm not. So you can believe me or you don't."
Yeah, we get at least one a week.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
asked that question because there's a lot of people out there that actually are against it. The kids class controversy, like when
Hmm.
I posted on Instagram that we're gonna have a kids class, keep the guns off the street. The kids don't need to know. You're like,
The
but I'm
guns
like,
on the
but
street.
you want your kids to what are kids watching
They forget
all
what
day
they
long, or
watching.
what are they
What's the
playing?
Grand
Call
Theft
of
Auto?
Duty,
Yeah.
Grand
That's-
Theft Auto. You want your kids to have
that's
Yeah.
that image and that training, that knowledge in their head when they
Gun sideways.
that
absolutely.
leads me to my
Not
next
their
question, right?
city.
Yeah.
That,
Is it
But
like
not to mention,
a choice
yeah.
to like how you select who gets into the class, or is
So
it just open to just
No,
we
any?
it's
that
open.
it's open, but we do. What's the age limit? I just worked there. She went on. What's the age limit?
No, 10 years old.
10. We started 10, but we do let the parents know. Don't send your 10-year-old that's still playing with like if you know your kid's maturity level,
Right.
yes.
right?
Right.
So if they ain't ready, they're not ready.
Right.
Right.
So yeah,
But we're
don't,
gonna
we're not a
teach
baby.
safety.
Yeah,
We're
we're not
gonna
a
teach
babysitter.
firearm
And,
safety.
and
You know what I
when
mean?
it comes to like what you said, that this country was founded on the Bible and the gun. The first gross domestic product was firearms from this country,
Right.
right from its inception. But today, if you look outside, you look around the world, the media, if you mention gun or God, you are a wackadoodle. And,
Right.
Yeah.
times have just changed, so it doesn't matter. You're gonna get negativity anyway. We've been shadow banned on every social media platform
Yeah.
for what we do. We educate. We actually just had a big win. I'm gonna keep it to myself because I don't want to jinx it. Took me almost 2 years to fight this battle, but
Right.
but I believe in the notion that curiosity killed the cat, right? And when you know better, you do better, and
Right.
that's what we came up with the kids concept. A big shout out to Taj Black Guns Matter, because when we were putting this together, I didn't know of him,
Mm-hmm.
but then I found out what he was doing up in Philadelphia with the kids,
Right.
and he got one of his youth program got adopted in one of the Philadelphia schools, right? A principal, they wouldn't set him in the school board, but a principal let him come in and teach gun safety. But what he left there was a mediation program to curb violence, but actually have them sit down and talk. So it's bigger than just the guns.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Now
Because
I believe
listen to
all
this,
that.
check this
Hold
out.
on.
Right
Let
on
me
the
ask you
screen.
a
Hold
question.
on. You can go right after this. I just want to read this. Speaking of guns, they have a 30 caliber air gun hitting with 110 feet per. Is that right?
This
Shouldn't it be?
FPE.
It just
Just
is that
say FP. I don't know what the hell they talking
Yeah, FPE.
about. No,
FPE?
It's
whatever they.
FPI.
FPI, right? I thought it was FPI. It should be FPI. At just over 100 yards, the Texans' SS air rifle has hit a target at 600 yards out. So they're playing with guns that are toys that are hitting targets at the points that guns are hitting.
Wow.
So, but that's the difference. When you go into Texas, they teaching those kids. Those kids used to seeing a shotgun on the
Oh,
back
found
of their
foot
pickups.
pound of energy. Gotcha.
Texas just approved 18-year-olds to get grand carry permits to get gun permits.
Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. Foot pounds of energy because it
Okay,
changes because it's
it's
a
an air
air
gun.
gun.
Gotcha.
Okay, I didn't know that. I shot real guns. Sorry. Thank you, Van. Because Van's on it. Van's real smart. He knows it.
So what I was saying is like
Go right
not
ahead.
out of anything because I get it 100%.
Mhm.
You do need to teach kids gun safety and everything because especially living in Baltimore, you understand anything can happen here. So yes, I want my kids to be safe. However, it's just like pit bulls for me, right? We know they're not vicious creatures at birth, but the trainer teach them to be vicious.
Mhm.
We can agree on that, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right.
So with guns, like do we do a background check or a mental check on their parents? Because even though that y'all teaching the right way,
Right.
they still gotta go home at night.
Well, we didn't say we were selling them.
No, not selling them.
Right.
I know that. I know that. I
But
know that. I
but
we
know
were
that.
don't.
No,
training.
no, no,
So
no, no, no. I
Right.
love y'all. I get what y'all doing. Just it's like it's be careful. Like if their hero at home is crazy or like they see the world in a different light other than just protection, teaching them tactical things can be
we're not teaching them tactical things.
No,
We said
they're
gun
just teaching
safety. So
yeah,
safety.
yeah,
so basically you're gonna see this gun anyway. You're gonna see
regardless.
it when you play the video games. You're gonna experience it. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a guy or maybe a female, I'm not sure, what kind of if the female play the games. I don't have any kids, but they're gonna experience it at some point. So how do you want them to experience it? In a classroom session where they actually go to the range and you understand where I'm coming from?
Can I
Yeah,
make
yeah. And
this
I think I'm
Go
simple?
talking
ahead, go
about
ahead,
the
make it
It's
Let
much
me
simple.
mental,
let
better.
me
Like,
wait,
I mean,
hold,
it's
mental
much
hold,
hurt.
better.
I
You know,
understand
like
I'm
this.
lost. I
This
think I
makes
lost
it.
you.
Yeah,
This
my
makes
bad,
it
sweetheart.
one point that straight. The same way she explained it, and the same way you're talking about it is the same way they talk about teaching sex in schools.
right.
There is no difference. You can either you go and learn in the streets
Hmm.
Right.
and you go
Hmm.
and learn it the wrong way, or someone with knowledge can teach you
Absolutely.
the correct way and the correct things. That's what you're talking about, even with guns. Talking about if they go home to a parent who has bad habits and bad things that they do sexually,
Yeah.
then they can actually affect the way that kid learns
Right.
how to deal with sex.
Right.
But if they're learning it in school, they like, but that's
Right.
not what they taught us in school. Rick, the same
Right.
thing. Think about the Water Boy. Think about the movie The Water Boy. His mama was telling him, "This is how you do it.
Hmm.
This is how you do this." And then he get into school. That's not their what is medulla
Medulla.
oblongata. That's what they
Yeah.
taught me in school.
Right.
And he began
Mm.
to dispel what his mother was teaching him.
And when it comes
Yeah.
to guns,
Right.
So you can
Yeah.
dispel what you're being
hold on.
taught at home by
That's
getting
you
educated
can,
the right way.
but you can't
But it
Exactly.
also has a lot to do
be
with
Hold
honest.
on, hold on.
That's
What's
a
up,
who you
two-edged
Chris? What's
respect.
up,
You
Chris?
know, it has a
Go
lot
ahead.
to do with who's teaching you're respecting as well. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
Right.
of the fact that, like, some kids know that there's something wrong with their parents,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids are not slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know if something's really wrong with the parent, and they're going to lean more towards the teaching of the person who's actually skilled in knowledge. Not to mention, when you put our kids out there without a working knowledge of how to hold and use firearms, they're left unarmed. You know what I
Right.
mean? So they're actually left out there to the wolves, to the people who've been practicing every day, just killing each other. You know what I mean? At least teaching them how to use a firearm would actually better prepare them for the case, God forbid, in case they would have to use one. You know.
And I agree
Right.
with
Like
I
like
agree with
like
you.
Mike like Mike just said and put the comment up on the screen. The training does keep your family and your loved ones in the world safe, but the training can also lead to an environment of respect for the weapon
Right.
Right.
and the circumstances around um, using that weapon.
Right.
And
Right.
that
That's where
and
the
that's what I was
dispelling.
saying. Like,
That's where dispelling the negative um, teaching of your surroundings comes into play.
Hmm.
Right.
Right.
yeah,
And
Right.
that's what I was trying to hit on is about being more selective.
Hmm.
Like not just open it to everyone, but like, all right, let me see who you staying with, how they moving, like where their mental is
You
at.
can't do that
Where
but
type
no
you
of
no no no
can't.
no
research
no no.
before the
I get it,
class,
I get
though.
it, I get it, I
Yeah.
get it, I get it. But when you look at the mental of it, sometimes you be like, all right,
You know what I
all
love
you
about this young man is that he has a utopian view of the world where if we can get everybody right, then it'll be right. And
Yeah.
I love that about him. But
yeah
I'm telling you, young man, it's not like that
yeah
for a
yeah
lot
yeah
of
yeah,
Bro,
people.
yeah, but we
I
also
mean,
live in a different world though.
Right.
We also
all
living
right,
in a
Rich,
different
real
world.
Right.
quick. I
Like it's
gotta
a
ask you
different.
something real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
got I gotta ask you something real quick. So, what if they told women that you had to pass a certain kind of test to get a license to have kids? Would that be okay?
I think you
I
should.
mean, we all know there ain't gonna be every woman out here ain't a
But
great
no
mama.
no no
Yeah,
no
but
no.
wait a
But
minute,
that's
hold on,
not
wait a
what I'm
minute. But I
saying.
mean, but that's what I'm saying. So if you for they're instructors, you know, they're firearm instructors. They're not clearing clinical therapists. So it'll be hard, you know, and I mean you can tell if somebody just walked through the door and they out of their damn mind, you know what I mean? But most of the times when they walk through the door, they're just as regular as you and me, but we have no idea what kind of underneath issues they may have. And if you have
Right.
to try to give them some sort of mental test before they can even get a gun, then that's a whole lot of other things that you would have to deal with. You would have to literally invite in clinical therapy. And if that's the case, then that also invites it for the rest of the world to have to say, well, you know what, before you can get a gun, you're going to have some sort of clinical training, which probably should happen. But we already
Mhm.
know that that's not going to happen. So
I mean,
that's
but we say the
almost
same
a
thing
form of
with police, right?
well, yeah, honestly, but you
That
know
they
that
need
don't
to
happen.
go through a
Mm.
psychology exam
Yeah,
before they hit the
but
force.
we know
We
that
said
don't
the
happen.
exact same
The
thing.
only time they do
Yeah,
is once they pull
Not
the
that they
trigger.
do. I said that's when we talk about it.
You're right.
yeah,
But the only time
yeah.
they do is when they pull the
Well,
trigger. Once they
that's
pull the trigger, then they go to sight.
but that's actually a psych
Site. Right.
eval before you even get to
Yeah,
the
I
academy
mean,
part.
yeah, I
Right,
know
right.
they do the whole family tree.
Yeah,
They go
yeah,
down and they look
And
and they
that's
see where
yeah.
you grew up
It's
and
it,
all of that.
yeah.
and
This
not
But
it's nothing
it's
wrong.
surface level right now because there is such a lack of police officers that they're trying to prove as many people as they can. So they say,
Right.
so what? He set a bunny on
oh
fire
yeah,
when he was 11.
they lax in
Let's
the
yeah,
rules.
they laxing the rules.
But
And
Exactly.
it's nothing wrong with that. But I want to explain that part too. So like people who's watching just don't think that we just training any and
oh
everybody.
yeah, oh no
Like
no.
not the kid who
Right.
just at home with matches.
But
Just want to see shit burn.
right. But like
We not
Tony
training them, right?
Right, but like Tony says right here, that's what we do as firearm instructors. Tony Chappelle is a firearm instructor, by the way, training for the respect of the weapon in the worst day of their life, self-defense, when they have to use their weapon.
And,
And I understand that completely.
Right. I know. I mean,
Like I understand that
yeah.
completely. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Grizzly,
You talking about
Yeah.
they raised by a crazy ass mother and or a crazy
Yeah.
ass dad, and we going to send them into the
Yeah.
world knowing how to use a gun.
I'm talking
it's
about
the crazy world we
yeah,
live in.
yeah.
Right.
I'm talking about the
A lot
kid
of them in
who
the
walked
military,
in
bro.
and said, "Damn, there's no
Yeah.
evidence on the show."
Yeah.
What's
You know
up,
what
Base? I
I'm
see
saying?
Yeah.
Base is
Yeah.
in the
Get mad.
We
Base
just had
is
a
watching, Kim is watching, and
What's
we
that?
have William
we
watching.
just
What's
had
up?
what was it, 8 to 10 years old kill his mom because
Because she didn't buy
Wow.
him a video game or
something
Right.
like that.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but
Right.
the two things y'all hit on too. One thing with the kids, and nobody said this. Forget what's going on in schools and the video games. I speak from here. We live in Baltimore City.
Facts.
The
Yep.
first time I was introduced to a gun was from one of my peers.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
So now when I send them out there, they got the education. Like they said, they got a different respect.
Mm.
Right.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Right.
The second thing, Grizz touched on, you know that the mental capacity, and I really, um, I beat myself up a lot. Okay, and it really
Mm-hmm.
touched
Don't do
a
that.
touchy subject for me because one of the things that I do in my class, I try to get under your skin. We go through a whole portion on compartmentalizing your emotions,
Right.
and I
Right.
don't care. There's the door. You ain't getting no refund. I've tried it. I will
Mm-hmm.
try everything to get under your skin,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I'm evaluating people. I'm a school psychologist. I try as much as I can, right?
Somebody,
But you, but
somebody
you,
in the gun class going, "Don't let me make it to my trunk." Well, what the fuck you got in your trunk?
Right.
You
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I've never
Right.
understood why in the hell would you tell somebody you on your way to the trunk and they already loaded? I'm gonna
I
bust your ass when you
anytime
get there.
somebody said that on the basketball court, they never made it to their trunk.
We
You ain't
had
getting to
a
that trunk.
But you're saying exactly what
yeah,
I was trying to
Yeah,
get y'all to say is like
yeah.
we're not just letting
Anybody,
anybody.
but
you
Yeah.
can tell,
and even
Yeah.
as much as you do, it's still gonna be one that slips through the cracks.
but
Yeah.
that's
Right.
with
Yeah.
everything.
It's
Right.
still gonna be one that slips through the crack.
Because just like right here on the screen, gun laws have reciprocity. Currently, they don't. Like in this area, DC, VA, and Maryland all have their own permits.
Mhm.
So there is like you can go. There is one permit you could get that gives you what 12 state
Utah.
licenses.
Yeah,
Yes,
The
Utah.
more than that.
Utah.
Yeah,
So
Well,
you can
35,
carry your gun in
35.
12 different states if you do the Utah pass.
there's a little bit more than that. But and it's
Yeah,
a couple
I
Well,
was
places
about
you
to
can
I
say,
go.
I
isn't
don't.
it 35?
Yeah, it's like 35
35.
now.
There we go. Okay.
It went down, but it's about money too. It's a money grab. So
Right.
one of the
Right.
things they're
Right.
doing, you go get the Utah permit, and we'll honor it in our state if you are Utah resident. So a lot of people are going to get the Utah
Utah pass, and then they
non-resident
going to get
and
Right.
thrown
thinking
in
so
jail.
they need to. And I tell everybody, it's your responsibility to keep up with the gun laws, just like any law. They're ever changing.
Right.
They're ever
Right.
changing. So you might have been good last month, but it changes this month. You know what I mean? So you got
Yep.
to keep up with what's going on.
Because
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize that. Just like I was talking, who was it? I forgot who I was talking to, but there have been driving laws that change where you are supposed to pull over no matter what if somebody is distressed or in a vehicle or if emergency vehicle goes by. It used to be you can get over as far as you can and drop down to 10 miles an hour. Now it's like bullshit. Get over. You're supposed to get
Right.
over and stop. And people don't realize that. They like, when did that happen? I said it was a law passed. You probably even voted for it, but you didn't read the referendum.
Mm-hmm.
Because people be like, vote for question K. Oh, I heard
Yeah,
about
question
question
K.
K. Vote for it.
Mhm.
And don't even know what question K
Absolutely.
mean.
Not
You
I.
don't get 3 meals a day. You get two.
We got people in our gun class that voted for Biden. He wouldn't take away your guns. Doesn't make any sense.
That's the whole idea.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave that
People
right
don't
there.
know.
I voted for the question about weed.
I ain't messing with you. He ain't got his gun permit right.
No.
All right,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, 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 hey. I got guns though.
We don't talking about
Hey, 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 hey,
I didn't say that out
hey,
loud.
hey, yeah, you did.
I said I don't.
Don't got guns?
I
That's
don't got
not what I
guns.
heard, but
Don't,
okay.
don't say that.
So, and right now we going to do Q&A because we got some amazing specialists in this house. They are amazing special guests. Does anybody have a question, even in the Peanut Gallery and on screen for our guests?
I want to say I appreciate y'all clearing that up. Though.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. That's what we do here at the GMC.
Grizz, I'm surprised. You usually have some questions. What you got? What you got for our special guest tonight? Anything?
Well, truthfully told, I don't really have too many questions tonight. Like honestly, I'm
Because
actually
you know.
in the
Yeah.
process of trying to get a firearms license. I'm actually looking into a federal firearms license. So I know that's going to take a lot more, but I have no record of any kind whatsoever. So it might make that a little bit easier. But boy, okay, there's the question: how hard is it to get a federal firearms license?
it's hard. And they a couple of years ago they were thinking about the notion of opening it up and for it to be universal.
Hmm.
But that didn't get passed. That didn't get passed, which would have been
Right.
the shared reciprocity to
Right.
answer that
Right.
question. It would have been across the
Van Gogh
board.
put
It would
up.
have been
Yeah.
across the board.
Right.
And of course, again,
Right.
it goes back to the
To-
money, But as long as
But
you have a good
why is
reason, you know what I mean. If you travel a lot, so it's one of the things that I would definitely look into. But it's
Right.
not a simple it's not a simple process. And if you already been looking into it, you know so far.
Yeah. It's
but
yeah.
that is one thing that always gets my goat. Why is something as important as gun safety and gun carrying permits just not mandated on a national level? Because there are people out here who travel for a living,
Hmm.
and sometimes they are doing and working with things like diamond dealers. I mean, of course, it's a lot less diamond dealers like than what it used to be, but I mean, Scott, me, I pick up my camera bag, and it is not $500 to $600 in my camera bag. It's a
Right.
major amount of. I don't want to tell because then people will be looking for my camera bag.
Yeah,
But
watch yourself. Watch yourself
You
now.
parked out right here.
I ain't going to tell you where I park.
That's why I'm glad he said Scott and who. Leave
But
me
what
the
I'm
fuck
saying
out.
is that it's a lot of people out here that do things for a living where they have a lot in multiple
Oh
states.
yeah. If it's a state, I say this: if it's a state that you frequent, you do business with frequently, or you have some people have dual residencies, then you might want to look into that state's process or the requirements for a non-resident permit.
Mhm.
Most states
Right.
honor those non-resident permits.
Right.
Um, it is again is one of those things that it would seem to be universal or it would make sense.
Right.
But and here's
It's
the one
money.
thing too.
But why is money tied to the fact of safety?
The well,
Money's
come on,
tied to
money tied to
everything, bro.
everything.
Yeah, money
Money
tied
I
to
tied to
everything.
everything.
understand that. I understand that, but that's my big thing as far as gun safety and no. If you are certified to carry and wear and carry in a state, I think that it should be honored wherever you go.
We
Right.
do too. Talk to your elected
Yeah,
official.
I actually I'm pretty grateful though. I don't even know if most people know, just to back it up a little bit, about the laws changing and how now for the wear and carry, before everybody was just getting the HQL to actually have the firearm in their home, but for the wear and carry now, how you can get your wear and carry without actually owning a business. Like, so let's
Right.
get that out because I don't even
I
know. I
was
don't think everyone knows about that. So
I
that new
I
law
was
that was passed.
actually yeah, fortunately I was actually
You said you
able
were
to
going to
be
take it.
able to take advantage of that because even though I'm a 20-year veteran and don't have anything on my record because of exactly what you talked about, I had to wait for our governor to relax the law to actually get my wear carry.
Right.
Mm.
Absolutely.
But it's here now. So if
Mm,
anybody wants to take advantage of that, definitely hit us up. Gotta do that plug.
And
Yeah.
do the plug.
there
Let
are
them
No,
know.
you gonna have more
Let
than
them
enough
know,
time to
sweetie.
get.
and
And
hurry up because they're
and
already working to change the laws.
yeah,
Like they're already working. They
right.
can't. Thank big ups to the
New York,
big ups to the
New
Supreme
York,
Court. Big up to the Supreme
yeah,
Court. And
in New
it
York,
was a couple states that
yeah.
backed them. A couple
But New York
organizations.
was the
Yeah.
precipice.
Yep.
They the one
They
that
said it.
put it over the
And so
mountaintop.
Maryland.
They Martin Luther King did. They was
What
like,
he said
we've
it
been to
can't
the
pass.
mountaintop.
So
Now you can carry your gun.
yeah.
You don't have to go through all this
Well,
reciprocity.
well,
We
they knew it.
got you.
They knew it. It wasn't
Yeah,
that you could. Is that the states took the rights from you and made you buy it back.
yeah.
Right. So
Like our
Maryland.
freedom.
So
Yeah.
you said
Well.
it's changing?
Okay,
Maryland.
that's
Oh
a
yeah.
different conversation. But
What is it? Montgomery County already put in. You can't carry. You damn near can't carry a gun nowhere. Montgomery County. Baltimore City's already working on it. They're a little slow, but it's so crazy. So
but it's
they
gonna
can't take it
change.
away. They can't take that away. We already knew that you had a right to protect yourself outside of the home as well as inside of the home, but now they're restricting where you can carry and when you
So do
can't
you think
carry.
new governor's going to
Oh,
help that out?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we should
Y'all
break
voted
down.
Democrat.
Huh?
Y'all
What?
voted Democrat. When I say y'all, I'm talking about as a state. So the new governor coming
Well,
in, typically
but wait a
Democrats
minute.
don't
But see,
favor gun laws. So
they
we don't know what's going to happen.
they don't favor gun freedom, but a lot of times, depending upon their constituency, I mean, because remember, he was elected heavily outside of the city of Baltimore, and there are more Republicans outside of the city of Baltimore. So he has to find that balance.
To keep
And
everybody. Oh yeah.
also with everything that went on in New York and the Supreme Court, it's hard for him to fight that
Yeah.
because once they did that, every talk show has talked about how you have to find that balance because guess what? People are going to want the same thing they got in New York.
Yeah.
We deserve it.
Well, it wasn't when the Supreme Court made that decision, it didn't just affect New York. That's why I went all the way up.
Right.
It
That's what I'm
affected every.
saying.
I want to know how Hawaii was one of the most strictest places with guns. I want to know how they going to react.
They are not going to change
They
because
have no
it's
choice.
yeah, they will. The problem is because of their autonomous state, they have a lot more control of what gets passed there because it's usually in Hawaii, whatever the consensus is, it stays the consensus. So if it's been no guns, we want to mahala all the time. We want to see you in your grass skirts and having fun. That's what you're going to get. They want you. They don't want to see
Shout
guns.
out to
And
them grass
Hawaii is
skirts.
Hawaii is a tourist attraction.
Mhm.
Right.
If you go to certain parts of Jamaica, you will see more guns than enough. You go to the tourist attractions of Jamaica, you won't see a gun at
See
all.
anything.
That's the Mahala rule. If we are making money by making people feel safe by not seeing guns, we don't need guns here.
Right.
The last time guns were popular in Hawaii was Pearl Harbor.
Right, right.
So you don't want that. They're not gonna just let and that's the difference. They should be that way. And they can be that way because they're autonomous. It's just like being in Alaska. Shit,
Right.
you need a gun in Alaska.
It
You
ain't just
need three of them.
It ain't just for the people.
It's for the grizzly
grizzly
bears, the
Hey.
wolves, the it might be a yeti or two, or actually I think that was just a big ass bitch with white hair. But anyway,
Hey man, don't be killing my cousins. Don't be
Them
killing my
huge ass
cousins.
mosquitoes.
don't be killing your cousin. Shaniqua,
Don't be killing
come
my
in here with
cousins,
that
man.
blonde hair. They gonna kill
Yeah,
you thinking you a yeti.
leave them Yetis alone, bro. Leave them alone. Yetis are people.
You look like Storm from damn Marvel movies. Get in here before they shoot your ass.
Yeti live matter, bro. The Yetis live matter, man.
Yeti lives matter. Okay, here we go. What is this one? Federal law says medical cannabis users cannot get a gun license. How do you feel about this? I ain't never saw nobody who was high on weed be upset about enough to pull a trigger.
Yeah,
They be
you
like,
might-
God damn it.
What was the Shaggy song? I was
Shit.
gonna shoot your ass, but then I got high.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I just think,
shit.
oh, somehow I got kicked out. Mike.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When it
Huh?
comes to that one, I'm not gonna lie to you. Do everybody got their advice? Do what you do,
Mhm.
right? But when it comes to the federal law and people hear, oh, they made it legal. Marijuana is not legal. They decriminalized it,
Right.
but it's
Decriminalized.
not legal.
Right.
And even in places where it is recreational, which y'all just passed, you voted for that. Even in a place where it's recreational, right? You still can't have the weed card and the gun card,
Right.
right? They
Yeah.
they don't
Right.
they don't mix. I have been in I own a security company as well. I've been on sites, not with my company, with other companies where security guards were smoking weed on
High.
duty, and I wouldn't want this particular fool, if something break down, shooting behind me at all.
He
Right.
ain't
So
gonna shoot.
it's fun. No, no, he
Right.
was wired. He must smoking one of them the Audicas, not the Indicas.
Well, no, that doesn't. That's a misnomer too. Uh, strands of weed do not make you more aggressive or
No, they
less
might not
aggressive.
make you more aggressive, but it definitely
it
It
also
dulls
just-
your
it's a little-
sensitivity,
right,
and
so
you should
you-
not be
As an avid
using.
weed
You need to
smoker,
be on
it
point.
makes you tired.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So you
anything
I'm
that
not trusting
it
anybody
alters
with a
alters your
trigger.
state.
anything that
That's
alters your
tired.
state,
There you go.
Right.
There you
anything.
go.
I don't want you and
But
a
even
gun
in
to
the
be.
states where it's legal, there are certain things, certain jobs that you can not have when you're using.
Absolutely. So
And
why
if
we
you,
want them to have a gun?
they don't.
Right.
Right, but you advocating for it. But
That's
Wait a
good.
minute, you don't
Good.
know how I voted. You know how he voted.
you just said,
I,
bro.
I
I
ain't
didn't
ashamed
say
of my
anything
vote.
What'd you
about
say?
the way that I voted. So
But
you
no,
don't
we know
know.
how he voted. But
Yeah.
you literally just
Facts.
said, well,
I'm a
I
Republican.
think that you can be what you want.
I'm
I
a
I
Republican.
identify
So
as a unicorn princess on Sundays.
I identify with Republicans and Democrats because as a
Republican.
business owner, you can't be a Democrat, and as a black man in America, you can't be a Republican.
what we started off as Republicans.
So independent.
No, we didn't.
No.
We didn't.
Y'all started off.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I started off.
Let's
rich.
let's
But
not get
what
into
I'm
this.
no, what I'm saying
This is a
in
mess.
that
My
case
own person.
is that there's a blend and there's a mix that you can like the way that I was brought up would not allow me to be a total Republican because of the belief system that and that belief system can affect your vote and how you live. But I'm not one that believes that black people or anybody should live totally off of federal assistance. I don't think
I'm
I
with you
can't
on
be
that.
where I
Yeah,
am.
I'm with you on that.
You get what I'm saying? I can't be where I am if I only believe that I needed government assistance to do what I do. Because guess what? The government has nothing to do with the money I make now.
The biggest
The
problem
only
we
thing
have
I
with all
do
of
is
it
pay
is
the
that they
government for
code
the money I
switch.
make now.
Right,
Go
right.
ahead, Scott. Say it again.
They constantly code switch. You don't know who does what. We're using terms that don't mean anything because every 5 minutes, whatever they stand for changes.
Right.
That's why
Absolutely.
this debate here is necessary, but at the same time, it doesn't do anything because we all have different beliefs based on what we've heard, but what we've heard is all change. But
Every
Absolutely.
nobody
day.
wants to talk to me about that. Nobody wants to talk to me about this conversation because it's a name.
I'm Jerry, and I
Yeah,
voted for Republicans. I voted for Democrats. I
Yeah.
vote for
and
the people that are
independence.
going to be the most effective in my life, and that's the way
I didn't.
everybody
Here's the
should vote.
thing. I didn't vote for Herschel Walker. That's all we need to know.
Oh my
You didn't
God.
vote for who? Herschel Walker.
I would. I wouldn't have never voted for
No.
Walker.
I,
That's all.
and if you did, you have a
I'm
very different. I have a very. Can
no,
you
no,
say
no.
no? If you do vote Republican, can you say that Herschel Walker was a good choice?
Herschel Walker is retarded.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we
And
go.
I
All
will
right.
say
Wait a
this
minute.
on
Hold
live
on. Hold
TV.
Like
on.
I'm saying,
Hold
I
on.
do not
Herschel
vote
Walker.
for
Herschel
party
Walker is a
lines. I don't vote
werewolf.
Democrat, Republican.
You
I
say
vote
what?
Jerry.
You say what?
Herschel Walker is a werewolf. Let's get that
There's
right.
something wrong with it. But I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I saw this auction. I do a lot of online auctions, and they had this
I gotta
action
put that
figure.
up on the screen.
This old action figure of him
That's
when he
me.
played football, right? And I bought it right on the auction because if he won, it was gonna go up in value. Now I gotta
Right.
give it away. I gotta give it away now.
I'm a Republican.
Good luck.
That's me. That describes me because there are certain Democratic, there are certain Republican, and there are certain ideals that are in
There you
me
go.
that
There you go.
instill my vote. And
Right.
just like me and my wife, I've never asked her who she voted for
Mm-mm.
because that is a personal decision and what affects
Right.
her. The only thing that I would say is if anybody voted for something that didn't support women's rights, you're an ass. Women
Hey.
should not have the man dictating their right to choose on any level.
Right.
Mhm.
So in that case, I'm with her. Her coochie, her choice. And it's my coochie, but it's still her coochie. So it's her coochie, her choice.
Oh, Jesus
Is your
Christ.
coochie? You just let her choose it.
No, she lets me use her coochie. She lets me use her coochie at certain
Are my
times.
kids sleep? Let me.
Here we go.
Why you take a drink? Is your coochie your
Oh
choice?
my goodness, we're not having this conversation
About your coochie?
About
There we are. See, that's what you
So
get
it's
for not
somebody
reading the
else's-
cliff notes
Oh, so
before the
something changed
podcast.
the last time we talked.
You ain't tell me about that.
You got a man, and all of a sudden, where the man come from? I ain't. No, I'm joking. You know, I'm just. You did not watch the podcast. That's your fault.
No,
Hey,
yeah,
JP, you
Got-
know when
got-
you got. You know when you got guests in the house, you got to say lady parts.
Lady
can't say
parts.
Thank you.
no, he don't.
Thank
No,
you.
when
Well,
has he
actually,
followed
my
rules?
word of choice. Now, okay, can we go
Whoa,
around the room?
whoa,
Hold on.
whoa,
Hold
whoa,
on.
whoa,
Let's
whoa,
go around the room. Let's go
whoa,
around the
whoa,
room.
whoa.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
We gotta talk to Grizz now.
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
I guess in our house goes by our rules.
No.
I guess in our house goes by our rules. Not you. I love you. And you. I love you. But
No.
Wow.
But
I
let's
go
go
by
around the room.
our rules now.
Let's go around the room.
We wear the boots.
This is gonna be
And
funny.
chauviniste.
This is gonna be funny.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
Rich, we're
Oh,
gonna start with
God.
you. We're gonna start with
How
you.
about me? What?
Oh, give me one
Listen,
second.
just listen to the
I'll just
question.
make sure my kids stop watching.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just listen to the
No,
question.
we gotta stop the lady.
No,
it's
no, no, no. She gotta
What?
go last because she's the only young lady in the room that's
Go
actually
ahead, be
on
a
mic.
father.
So we
I
gonna
like
go with stop it. Stop it. Just let's do this. Let's do
I'm
this.
afraid.
This is gonna be easy. It's an
you
easy
didn't
way.
warn
It's
me.
an easy way. I'm not gonna put you on
Go
triple
ahead.
blast.
It's okay.
Favorite name for a lady part? Go.
What?
I like pussy.
Oh my goodness.
I like pussy.
Okay, just say it once.
Pussy.
Okay, you said it 3 times. Stop.
It's good. I like when a woman says,
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
It just
You
sounds
you had
sexy.
your go. Stop.
Come fuck
Grizzly. Grizzly. Where did you go, Grizzly?
Grizzly,
Wait a minute, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Oh,
What's going
okay.
on? What's going on?
What's your favorite lady part word?
My favorite lady part word?
Yeah, what do you call it?
Oh, Jesus. Mrs. Happy.
hey, and she is happy because we heard her.
He giggled. I heard a giggle from here.
Hey,
What's up, Kay? How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
what's
All
going on,
right.
Kay?
All
I
right,
just
Scotty. What's your word for this?
Hoorah!
Oh, he's reverse marine instead of over hoorah. It's a ooh-ha.
What the fuck? You're a sim?
Hey,
You're a sim from the video game?
Big dick.
your
What's
words
name?
do your words do not affect me, sir.
Sim, not sim.
Dwayne.
Sim.
Come on.
I'm
Come
wait,
on with it.
I'm waiting for my wife to text me to tell me that she allowed me to say pussycat.
Smart
Oh,
man,
pussycat.
smart man. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not lying to you.
Okay.
I had to wait. Yeah, this is live, right?
Yeah.
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 Nah,
You on the air?
nah, I had to say Mrs.
I'm not
Happy. 'Cause I heard her
participating.
coming through the
Yes, you are.
You
You
don't
can't
sign
back
this
out.
up.
You can't back
I
out.
don't
You
have a
can't
word
back.
for the
Don't.
lady part. I don't have private parts. I speak
You
very
don't have
proper.
private
No, I
parts.
would say my private.
You're a
I
eunuch?
speak very proper. I would say
Oh,
private parts or
So what would you say to a
Please
man? What
put
about
your
a
lips
man?
on my private parts.
What would you
She's
say
going
to a man?
clinical.
Give me some of them.
What?
Give me some
What-
of them. Give me some of them private
My
parts.
vagina
Yeah.
is
What?
popping.
I want some private parts. Right?
You said my word, not his.
Yeah,
word.
your
My
word,
word.
your
right?
word.
I wouldn't say put your lip. That's.
But what would you say?
Nothing. They should just know what to do. They should know what I want them to do.
Ooh.
and how
But
to do it. I don't
everybody
want
got a
to
play
say-
word. Everybody got a
No,
play
no,
word. Everybody got a
no.
play
Forgot
word.
what we
Oh,
were talking
oh,
about.
oh.
I'm
Hold
gonna
up,
give you
hold up.
mine. I'm
Switch
gonna
it
give
up
you
for
mine.
Switch it up for
Yeah.
Switch it up
No,
for
I mean, you know,
What you
sometimes
call, what's your favorite word to call a man penis?
I don't.
You won't be like,
This is conversation is too much.
hey, listen, you don't listen. You
See,
don't
you
text.
didn't take
You
out the
don't text.
podcast.
You
hold on,
don't
wait a minute,
text
hold on,
and
hold
be
on,
like,
hold on.
hey,
I'm
I
gonna
need
tell
you.
you, and y'all gonna
Hold
hate
on.
me. Y'all gonna hate me for this one.
I need some
What's
private.
Hold on.
She asked me what it is.
Hold on.
You
Hold on.
don't text whoever you're dealing with, your romantic person. Like, hey, baby, I need your penis tonight.
No, I would just
Just
I,
say
I don't
come
talk
over.
like
She
that.
says
I would
phallus.
just say I want some of you. I would say something like
Okay.
that. I'm not gonna say you're this, you're that. That's not my language.
Let's
I
say
would
you.
say 100% lady. I don't talk like that. I don't.
Okay.
Even with
So I
your
would say
guy
I want with
or your
yes,
person, your
I
person.
would say
your
some
person.
of you. I'm not gonna say, oh, Big Daddy, bring me that. That's not me.
Wait a minute. You said that pretty
No,
confidently.
I'm saying it as an
Hey,
example.
she-
for things
hey,
that
hey,
I'm
she
not
came
saying.
out with it
agree
too.
with you.
That is
Okay.
respected.
All right. So,
But that
so
doesn't make me, even though I don't trash that way, that doesn't make me
no,
any less of.
We don't-
Wait a
believe
minute.
that.
Wait a minute.
We don't
Because
believe
hold
that.
on. Because
I
most
believe
people
it.
won't
I
realize
believe
that my favorite word for it is this, and this is what I say all the time. And you heard me say it. Rich has heard me. Scott heard me say it. Y'all have heard me say it on a podcast. I say it all the time, and it is not nasty. It's not stank. It's not gross. It's not droll. I call it the Tucci.
The what?
The Tucci.
The
The
Tucci.
Tucci. The
The
Tucci.
Tucci. Because see, yeah, I call it the Tucci all the time. I don't call
Yeah.
yours that. We got a different name for it. That
Man, you
I
know,
said
you
what
can
is
go
my
with
favorite
someone,
word
man.
for it because it doesn't offend. It doesn't sound gross. It doesn't sound ignorant. Because if somebody is in front of me and they taking pictures in a bathing suit, and I'll be like, "Oh, fix your Tucci." They know to fix down there. because it
Yeah.
sounds like
No,
you get what I'm
that
saying.
doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound offensive. It sounds cute. It sounds funny. It'll make you put a smile on your face, and you know what I'm talking
Sounds
about.
like a French dish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you would eat with your tongue.
Absolutely.
And that's all.
Yeah.
That's all
Yes.
we're
That's
gonna
what I'm
say.
saying, man. Like you got several words
I
that
said,
you can
what is
use.
your favorite? I
Know.
didn't tell
I
you
mean,
what is the most crass thing you can say about a coochie.
No,
oh
that's
no,
not
I,
what
no,
I
no,
thought.
no.
But
Me
yeah, I
personally,
said
I
your
never
favorite
really
I knew it was
say.
grass. But
I
because
never
what I
really
call
say.
hers is
sorry,
something totally different.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought we were talking about what we wanted.
Because you know what I call
Yeah.
What
hers?
is it?
Mine.
All
It's
Yeah.
mine. It's
Mm.
mine.
Yeah. You know.
That's
I like
Sometimes you
mine.
I
can
like
you have
you
you can
though.
have several names for it. Like
Time out.
sometimes
You
sometimes you might
sound
call it
like
yummy.
Earl Levert, son.
What's that? Who sound like that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Theresa. I like you a lot. Like if someone texts me
He
and be
has a
like,
woman, so don't
I
think
no
he
no no no.
coming on to you.
I don't think that.
But if she would text me like, I want you, I would already know exactly
Wow.
what she want.
Yeah,
You is
that's
very
actually
sexy.
sexy as hell, bro. That's sexy.
Don't sleep on that. You
Like
is
look
very
for
sexy.
real.
I said that and thought
That's
about
for
it. I was
real.
like,
That's
okay.
real. Because believe it or not,
Hold on.
even though that's like it ain't really too much that's gonna turn a lot of guys away. Most of the times, guys really ain't really into vulgarity, too much vulgarity from
No,
females
we
anyway.
not.
That's
And
true.
Because you gonna
for a
say,
woman
I
to
want little
actually
you.
just say that, that's perfect. There's nothing more that needs to be said. I mean, that literally encompasses every
Yeah,
part of me. So I'm good with
exactly.
that.
Right, and
So
that's what the
Well,
whole
thank
idea.
you.
See, what the whole idea
Just
is
don't
that
text.
when
I want
people,
little
when
you.
I ask certain questions,
I
little
got an
you,
issue.
Don't
Yeah.
text that.
Little
I got an
you.
issue there.
That's a
like,
problem.
yeah,
get
Don't
your
let
little ass over here.
well, God,
Hey,
dang.
bring
Grizz,
little Jerry
he
over
always got
here.
to take it too
What
All right.
far,
little,
yo.
You already know.
little?
All
You
right.
already
No.
know.
But see, that's the whole idea, and that's where we get it twisted. A lot of times we think that what we have to say to someone to get them in that position where we want them is it's got to have vulgarity. It's got to have like a negative connotation. It's got to be slimy, and it don't have to
And
be.
that's for language and dressing. I mean, sometimes
You
you
could
got
be
to
a
leave
little
Go
fat.
with it.
something to the
Go with it.
imagination.
Go with it.
That's for
Because what's
language
going
and
on in these
dressing.
streets right now?
Absolutely.
What's going on in these
Yeah.
streets like right now with these girls wearing shoestrings and bra straps?
What
I
the
mean,
fuck
Oh,
yeah,
is
no.
this?
it's like
That's all they
Oh,
wearing.
no.
That no. This is where we going.
I told a chick the other day we was at this restaurant bar thing, and I said it's cold outside. She said, "Yeah, I'm going out. I ain't putting no clothes on. It's
What?
wow.
40 degrees. It's 40 degrees."
I'm like, look,
Take your
have fun with that.
hypothermic ass
That's
Hey,
what
look,
home.
have fun
that's
with
what
that
these
flu.
ladies look you dead in the eyes.
Out here being
They be
black
like,
and
hey,
blue,
Ice,
they
and
be
ice.
like,
nobody hit
You
you.
know what?
How you
Hey,
gonna be in the
JB.
streets black and blue and nobody hit you?
look.
And
That's how
here's
they.
the thing: I
Hey,
wouldn't even take care of her
how
as
I
if she got
how
sick.
I look. How I look.
Nope.
Cold.
You look
You look
cold.
cold.
Like
You look cold.
like pneumonia. Like you look like pneumonia.
You look
Like, that's what
Yeah, you look like the flu, the last flu.
Yeah,
What's the new one? The RVP, RSVP,
whatever.
ABC.
RSVP.
I just
Only
saw
kids
that
can get
they
that.
got the triple. It's a triple demic now. They calling it.
Yeah.
Triple demic.
Only kids
Yeah.
can get
Mhm.
That shit, I had it.
Oh
For real?
wow.
Yeah,
good because I try to say I had that shit. Nobody believe me.
yeah, I had the shit too. I had it.
Nobody believe me.
I didn't know what it was at first. I was
I'm usually 3 sheets to a win, so I've never seen anybody who drink enough or whatever your vice is with a cold. I've never had
Right.
a
Mm.
cold. I'm always drunk enough to keep it out my system.
Bro. You seen me. You seen me. I don't even wear coats.
Yeah, I know, but you
You ain't never seen me sick.
your diet is food and drink. That's it.
Yeah, and water.
Now
So your body
Oh,
temperature
Lord.
is always on fire because you drinking.
you want
No, that's for him.
there
I
for
was
you.
shocked
Well,
when you
we
said
need
that.
some shots
you
up
fill
in
it
He
up.
here.
was drinking the crown, I think.
Come on. I'll
Oh,
take a shot.
let's take a shot. Let's take a shot.
It's the grown man click right here. I'm your boy Richie Rich. This
J.I. and on the screen we got,
Scott T.
and then on the sophisticated Grizzly over there we got our girl Theresa right here and Dwayne right there. We going in
Right.
hard in the paint. You want to pour your own poison
Yeah, say
because
no
that's
more.
your cup. I don't want point to pour too much. Can't see what I'm pouring.
Yeah, Teresa
People
said
get
I
mad.
cannot.
Yeah, she said you can't indulge too much. She want to make sure you make it home to the wife and the kids.
or
If I have to leave my car here, I can. My
or
wife will like
we
give
could go
me.
out back and
Look,
just let me
my
shoot
wife
off
will
a couple
drive
rounds.
home and call me an Uber. All right, let's put it up. Let's
I'm
put it
so
up again.
I'm so happy.
Who still got a drink? Who still got a drink? You still got a drink, Scott? Or you done?
Nah, I can go get one.
I didn't say go get one.
Hey, yo.
I
Hey
hate
Scott,
him.
bring your ass back.
What?
Bring your ass. He said, I'll go get one.
Oh my God, I'm not waiting for him to bring one back. Come on, hurry up,
Yeah, man.
Scott. God damn.
Hold on. Time out. Grizz.
What are you
Grizz.
talking
I love
about,
you.
man?
Oh shit,
Please.
ain't
Grizz,
gonna
Oh,
take long
okay,
at all.
okay. There we go.
Grizz, I
All
love
right.
you. I know
What's
you ain't
up?
put that E-dub in
Oh,
goddamn
what are you getting?
wine.
Oh, I got
Hey,
see.
brother, I'm always classy, bro. Always.
When in
I'll
doubt,
put soda in a
pinky out.
wine glass,
I
bro.
ain't
That's
There
what I
we
never
do.
go.
done that.
Hmm?
I'm with y'all. Taking one
Yeah.
shot in 2 minutes. All
All
right,
right, Mike.
here we
Let's
go.
do it.
Let's do it.
GMC
All
in
right,
the building.
GMC in the building. Let's get it.
Tactical
What up?
Force. Guns and Pearls.
No, sir.
Taking it to all that.
Yeah, yeah. My lovely wife is over there in the peanut gallery, as we call it. I love
What
you,
up?
baby. She over there. This is the first time she been on screen. Why isn't he on screen? Why is he walking
Well,
around
he is.
like
He just every now and then he make a cameo.
Ho.
now? He look like
Time
he's going out
Time
to get the
Time
beer,
out.
Flat out.
beer run.
He's
Beer run.
leaving.
No. That's not a beer run. That's a booty call run. You see the way he put that,
Hey,
that jacket on?
you know what? As an official member of the Grown Man Clique, I don't ask other grown men what the fuck they doing. All right, word. I don't
You ain't
care.
supposed to. You ain't supposed to.
You
But
never-
I'm gonna
Exactly.
acknowledge it.
Thank you.
Never-
And I'll drink to that.
I'm gonna acknowledge it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I thought my other brother was going to be on screen with us tonight.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all. That's all.
he got a
No,
different
no.
screen.
He
trying to
had
be
he
on
had
board.
business to take care of. I don't ask other men what they doing.
I didn't
Hey,
ask him
right.
what he was doing.
I ain't asked what he was doing.
Yeah.
He threw
I
up the
didn't either.
fingers. I know what that means.
So,
I know what that means, though.
so what I want to do right now is I want to give our esteemed colleagues and guests a chance to tell us where, when, how they can get in touch with the masses, how they can get in touch with you, how you can involve yourselves in the classes, how they can actually take a part in getting that gun education. You also real estate. You also do the mobile phones and the, everything, and then tactical force. Where can they get in touch with you? How can they get a gun training? How can they learn how to be as correct with their weaponry and make sure that they're doing everything according to the laws? Because the one thing we don't want is what we see a lot of is people out here breaking the law when they could have had that gun legally.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna start with you, Theresa, because you got like a plethora
No,
of jobs and good lord, how
just follow MRS No Limit on Instagram. So that's Mrs. No Limit, married to the business. Follow us on Instagram, and then that'll give you the platform for all the other businesses that I have. And also for the gun class, either tactical force training, he'll give you all the information, or guns with a Z, GUNZ, and pearls, guns and pearls on Instagram. So we have the class every Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna be down for New Year's and Christmas, so that we can enjoy family and friends. So, but after that, every single Saturday and Sunday we have the class. We also have it on Tuesday evenings for those of you that can't make it on weekends. But Sunday is our range day. We also have live scan fingerprinting, so you can get fingerprinted right with us. We have an outside agency that comes in, and you can get fingerprinted with us on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. You don't have to need fingerprints just for the firearm. You can get fingerprinted with us for anything, any professional license or whatever you need the fingerprints for. You can do that with us. Also, even if you didn't take our firearms class and you need to get fingerprinted, you can also do that with us. Dwayne?
Absolutely. She got it. But Tactical Force Training Solution, that's on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on there, get all the information. We post all the classes, all the new updates. We have different events, community events that are exclusively to our students. We do giveaways and things like that. So you definitely want to be following us on Tactical Force Training Solution on Facebook or Instagram. And you can always give us a call at 443-250-9000. That is
Also,
443
no, I'm not going to
250
give you a number. I'm not going to give you a
9000.
number. Calm down. Let me clear
What
this
was it
up.
again?
443-250-9000.
Let me clear something up. You do not have to have your HQL first to take our class. You do not. If you don't have an HQL, it's okay. Our class is $250. Only $250. Yes.
Right.
$250 and you'll be able to get your wear and carry and
And
also file your
HQL.
HQL exempt, which means you will not have to get fingerprints for the HQL and you will not have to pay that online application fee for your HQL. There's a lot of instructors out here. I'm not knocking them, not knocking the game. They're charging people for the HQL class.
And
Then
then
they're
making you
going
pay
back
the
charging
wear and
you for the
carry.
wear and carry class. One
Right.
class, 250. We're gonna make sure that you get everything. You do not have to do those both. We do not have to do separate classes, and it is only $250 for both. Okay.
And let's not
All right.
mention
It's
how much
cheap.
price, but this is black owned.
Yeah,
This is black
Right.
owned. We not
Right,
yeah,
trying to
right.
slip.
We check all
Facts.
the boxes. Black
yeah.
owned, the minority, the
Minority,
women,
Like, come
the
on,
female,
women. Like we check all the boxes.
one
Yeah,
leg. No, you got two.
well, we hired one white person last week
Mike,
so that
Oh.
we could
Mike
get the
said I'm
minority
calling
grant.
right now.
But
I
see,
love
that's
it.
that's the whole idea,
I
and that's
love
what
it.
you're here for. We're not just
Yes.
here to have fun. We're here to also educate.
Right.
Right.
Grizz, they got to know where to find you, and I'm surprised you didn't tell me whether you had a scent of the night. But go ahead, tell them where they can find you.
Well, every Wednesday, come tune into the Sophisticated Grizzly over on YouTube. It's going to be at 8:15 on Wednesday. Me, Lady Shy, of course, the fellas from the Grown Man Podcast, of course,
Always.
Bates, Miss Marcy, Bronwyn. We're going to have a whole menagerie of people on there. I will be revealing what we're talking about tomorrow, so please stay tuned and be
Wow.
ready.
Okay.
I'm telling you, because it's gonna be a barn burning. If you want to know the fragrance that I'm actually representing tonight, that would be the Crown by This is English Laundry. And you can see
Okay.
that thing glimmering up in the camera because that thing is nice. I'm telling you. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be a part of tonight's Teddy file that I'm going to do tonight because these are the 5 fragrances that you can get for under $50. For
Wow.
people that are on a budget, if you're on a budget, I'm telling you, these are the ones that you want to reach for. These are the ones you want to grab for. This is
All
the one
right.
I'm wearing today. I'd have had it on all day. It's been on my skin for 8 hours. Ain't had no problem with projection.
Okay,
All right.
so I think our champion fragrance of the month is Afnan, Afnan
9 p.m. 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yes,
If
sir.
you don't have Afnan 9 p.m. and you think you're a grown man or you think you're a sophisticated grizz, you're not.
You hear that?
That fragrance is amazing. It makes women's
Took my wife.
it makes
Mm.
It makes things
women's
tingle. It make them tingle.
non-discriminate body parts melt.
Wow.
They love it. I'm serious. Peanut
So
gallery. Am I joking?
I bought,
You smelled it. You know.
yeah. So I
Afnan.
brought it into the
Afnan
studio.
9
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah.
You
So
will
just
love that fragrance. Your
JB,
girl
let them
will
know I
make
brought
you
it in the
bathe in it
studio.
if she
I
had a
need to
chance.
have that this weekend.
Yeah, I bought it in the studio. I actually got Rich's bottle right here. So when my man come and pick
Hey,
it up,
hey,
y'all.
hey, 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 yo, Mike, come on.
I'm gonna let you know. Hey, bro. Hey,
I
hey, what
think
is it?
you
A
made a
secret?
mistake and didn't. But do you
What is it?
teach
Is it a
classes to
secret?
guys in
So,
wheelchairs? I'm in one.
so we
Yes.
do. We actually absolutely do. For your case, we do private lessons, so we can come to you wherever you are. Come to your home. We do private lessons, and
There
then
you go.
get you out to the range.
Right.
So you do
Yes.
not have to worry about that because when you're running a professional business, business is where you need to make it. That's how we do.
Right.
Right.
Yo, I think we have blown this out of the water tonight. I just want to thank you, Teresa. I want to thank you to Dwayne for coming on. I mean, like we love to have fun, but we also have to teach people what it is to be responsible. And if we don't do that, then all of the fun stuff goes out of the window because you're just teaching people how to fail. So I really appreciate you for coming on tonight. I want to tell you guys there are three things that you could do to support my business without a dollar. You can like, subscribe, and share. You do those
Hey,
three things, her business
That's it.
grows, his business grows, Grizzly's business grows, and these guys' business grows. We just
Exactly.
yeah,
want you to like, share, and subscribe.
And if you're a freak,
right.
think about just spitting on it.
Oh
That's
shit.
what it does.
What?
Damn it.
Every
Don't listen.
Hey,
Don't
girls.
Damn
listen.
it. Damn it. Damn it.
Hey, girls.
I
Damn
want
it.
to
Damn
thank you
it. Damn
guys for
it.
tuning into the Grown Man
Damn it.
Click podcast. As always, I'm Jay. This is,
Rich is in the building.
and down in Texas, we got,
Got to.
and we just
Don't
like to
listen to
thank you
him.
for coming on tonight. We're going to the back room now. Thank
Oh,
you. Peace.
Hey.